5870-3300 or WhatsApp on the same number 091 5870-3300. BCOS, a media giant in a class of its own.
Welcome to Security Lens on BCOS Television. I am Mary Adedapo with security news, updates, and insights. Reactions have continued to trail the recent security situation in the country as security stakeholders stressed the need for increased vigilance, intelligence gathering, and stronger collaboration between citizens and security agencies to safeguard communities. This followed the recent spate of terrorist activities across the country and the recent occurrence in Orire local government area of Oyo State. Adeola Oladele presents the details.
Security remains one of the major concerns confronting Nigeria as incidents of kidnapping, armed attacks, and other criminal activities continue to leave citizens living in fear and sleeping with one eye open. The recent abduction incident in Orire local government area of Oyo State has further highlighted the need for proactive security measures to safeguard lives and property. Stakeholders say the development underscores the need for stronger security surveillance and closer cooperation between local communities and security agencies. Speaking on the situation, a military veteran and former Osun State Governor, Prince Olagunsoye Oyinlola, emphasized the importance of collective responsibility in addressing insecurity, noting that security should not be left to government and security agencies alone.
One thing is certain, when a situation like the insecurity plaguing our country, when it occurs, it calls for every hand to be on deck to tackle it. There are so many of these veterans who have undergone specialized training in tackling this kind of situation. There's nothing wrong tapping into their expertise.
Some stakeholders also called for improved welfare and support for security personnel, while urging governments at all levels to invest more in intelligence gathering and community policing initiatives.
We have to be proactive. First, information. Like they say, when you see something, say something. Yes, you see a strange face in your community, in your environment. Take interest. Don't just take it for granted. Report it to appropriate authority.
Insecurity in Nigeria is not something you take from the air. You must uproot it. You must know, where is this thing coming from? What are we not doing well? Like one thing, why is it easy for bandits to recruit retired personnel? Because they are not well taken care of. What have you provided for people when they are in the system, so that when they leave, they are discouraged from looking left or right?
The problem with the generality of the people is that you see something negative, instead of saying something, you behave as if it does not concern you. But security is everybody's business. So whatever you see that you think is not right, you must quickly alert either the security agencies or somebody you feel can get through to the security agencies and bring that to their notice.
Others also advise residents to remain vigilant and security conscious at all times, stressing the importance of reporting suspicious movements and activities to appropriate authorities.
Probably the way forward is for our leaders to be a bit more conscious. If they can make attempts to reduce corruption in governance and in our ways of lives, and for individuals to practice ethical self-regulation. If you are put in charge of something, do it well so that the country can move forward. Nigeria has too much potential to fail.
The government is trying its best, but I think they are not trying enough. They should empower Amoteku. What they have is not adequate for what we have. And we shouldn't be seeing them around town. We should cooperate our local hunters. They know the terrain. We should encourage them, bring them. It's not one man's business. You need the cooperation of everybody.
The respondents believe that lasting solutions will require commitment from both governments and citizens through sustained vigilance, unity in the fight against crime, and timely action to ensure safer communities for all. Adeola Oladele.
Despite the Oyo State government's clarification debunking the rumors of school closures in Ogbomosho zone, attendance of pupils and students in many primary and secondary schools across the area remained low. Recall that panic spread across Ogbomosho following rumors of an invasion by bandits, forcing many parents to rush to schools to pick up their children. BCOS correspondent in Ogbomosho, Aderemi Akomu, visited some schools in the area to assess the situation. His reports.
The lingering fear generated by last Tuesday's rumored bandits invasion in Ogbomosho continued to affect attendance in both primary and secondary schools as many pupils and students stayed away from classes. Only a few students were seen in classrooms in most of the schools visited, while some classes were completely empty. It was also observed that some school gates were placed under lock and key to restrict access to visitors. At Mercyland Community Basic School, Ukeanu, Ogbomosho, less than 30% of pupils were present in this school. Anglican High School and Anglican Grammar School recorded about 50% attendance, while academic activities and teaching continued without disruption. Reacting to the development, Mr. Toyin Akinlewa and Deacon Abiodun Oloye attributed the low turnout of students to the fear and panic created by the rumored invasion of bandits in Ogbomosho last week.
Maybe because of the rumors about the bandits in my school, we were able to see 2 or 3 students around here.
We thank God for the prevailing situation in the state. I want to appreciate the governor of the state, in person of Governor Oluwaseyi Makinde, for the effort, and all the stakeholders in what is going on in the society. I want to let everybody know that our students are in the school today with the teachers. We have about 50 to 55% of the student of the attendance of the students, and all the teachers were present as at this morning, and we are able to cope with the students in the school.
Reports from some villages around the area also indicated that several schools were deserted with neither teachers nor students sighted on the premises.
The leadership of the Interim National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, alongside members of the party's Board of Trustees, have called for a comprehensive overhaul of Nigeria's security architecture to address the growing security concerns across the country. The delegation, led by Tanimu Turaki, made a call during a condolence visit to the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, over the recent insecurity incident recorded in Orire local government area of the state. Governor's office correspondent Olalekan Sulaiman has the details.
The Interim National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, led by Tanimu Turaki, SAN, alongside the chairman of the Board of Trustees, BOT, Senator Adolphus Wabara, paid a condolence visit to Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, over the recent security incident recorded in Orire local government area of the state. Briefing journalists after a closed-door meeting with Governor Makinde, Tanimu Turaki condemned the country's security architecture, saying the visit was aimed at commiserating with the government and people of Oyo State over the unfortunate incident that recently occurred in Orire local government area and in Ibadan, the state capital.
We are aware of the efforts that His Excellency have been doing to make sure that the people and Oyo State are safe, to make sure that the frontiers of this state are safe. Now, seeing events like this happening, in spite of the colossal amounts of money that His Excellency have been spending in that regard, is something that gives us serious concern, especially when election is approaching. So we've come to strengthen him and strengthen the people of Oyo State and say that this thing shall pass by the special grace of God.
Turaki, while expressing confidence in measures so far taken by Governor Makinde to ensure the safe release of the abducted victims, advocated for governors as chief security officers of their state to be granted full control of security matters and agencies operating within their domains.
Where you will see the governor is the chief security officer in the state, and he has no control over the troops and the security agencies that work and live in the state, then it's something that should have to be reconsidered again. I cannot imagine where a governor will preside over his security council meeting in his state, and then decisions are taken, and then the Inspector General, the Commissioner of Police will have to get clearance from the Inspector General of Police in Abuja, or the Commandant of the military will have to also talk to his superiors in Abuja, by which time a lot of damage will have been done.
According to the senior advocate of Nigeria, proper implementation of such reforms will help prevent and significantly reduce insecurity across the country. Olalekan Sulaiman.
The chairman of Akinyele local government, Mr. Akinwole Akinleye, has led joint security show of force across communities within the council area to reassure residents of their safety amid growing security concerns in some parts of Oyo State. According to him, the operation was aimed at demonstrating the preparedness of security agencies and boosting public confidence in the security architecture of the local government area. Adeola Oladele was there. I report.
Security agencies within the council area toured various communities and strategic locations across Akinyele local government area in a coordinated display of surveillance and operational readiness during the joint security show of force. The exercise formed part of efforts to strengthen security presence and reassure residents of their safety amid rising concerns over insecurity in some parts of the state. The operation also followed recent abduction incidents reported in Orire and Oluyole local government areas of Oyo State. Speaking during the exercise, the chairman, Akinyele local government area, Mr. Akinwole Akinleye, said the show of force was organized to demonstrate the readiness of security agencies to protect lives and property, as well as to ensure that residents go about their lawful activities without fear.
I want to assure the citizenry and the people of Akinyele local government that by the able hands of His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde, that has empowered all the local governments to be able to take security challenges and tackle them headlong, to assure the citizens that they can sleep with their eyes closed. And of course, we also want to alert them. If they see anything, they should not be afraid to say it out so that we can have a safer society.
He explained that the initiative was part of resolutions reached at a recent security meeting involving all security agencies within the council area, aimed at combing suspected hideouts and preventing possible security threats.
We are engaged with the people of the local government to make sure that they are at ease during this Yuletide season and of course after, and they can have interface one-on-one with the main security actors.
The exercise also served as a warning to criminal elements that security agencies remain vigilant and fully committed to maintaining peace, law and order within Akinyele local government area. Adeola Oladile.
Stakeholders have called for intensified awareness campaigns, youth empowerment programs, and stronger support system to combat the growing menace of human trafficking in Nigeria. They made a call while speaking with BCOS News on the dangers of illegal migration and exploitation of vulnerable persons. Folashade Akintola completes the report.
Human trafficking remains one of the major social challenges confronting many families, particularly young people in search of greener pastures abroad. Experts say traffickers often prey on poverty, unemployment, and desperation, luring victims with false promises of better opportunities outside the country. Speaking with BCOS News, Mrs. Oluwakemi Ademola Aremu urged parents and guardians to be more vigilant and avoid falling victim to deceptive offers of jobs, education, and overseas opportunities. According to her, traffickers often disguise themselves as helpers while targeting vulnerable youths and children.
The first thing is to tell parents there are no free things. So most of the time, parents hope that somebody is considering their child for a better pasture. You are the best pasture for your child. Trafficking is somebody coming to you, give me your child, I'll treat your child better. If they are not under fostering, which is a legal term and will be accomplished in the court of law, it is negative. So we need to protect our children from hard labor.
Mrs. Ademola Aremu explained that many traffic boys are forced into hard labor under hazardous conditions, while girls are frequently exposed to sexual exploitation and abuse. Speaking on support for victims and returnees, she noted that several organizations and non-governmental groups are currently providing rehabilitation services, including psychotherapy, medical care, counseling, and empowerment programs.
If your child is back from any form of trafficking, please give them the opportunity to go for medical checkup, because so many of them will not be able to tell you what they've been through. Especially their medical evaluation is very important. Then we move on to the next level of healing, which is psychotherapeutic, and of course following up and monitoring their welfare. I tell you, there is help available. Just reach out.
She further stressed the importance of rehabilitation and psychosocial support for returnees who may be battling trauma and emotional distress after their experience. Also speaking, the Oyo State Coordinator of the Child Protection Network, Mrs. Rosemary Odigbo, said human trafficking activities are often carried out secretly, making it difficult for community to detect early warning signs. Mrs. Odigbo will recount the case of a young girl believed to have traveled to London who was later discovered to have been trafficked to Libya. She emphasized the need for sustained awareness campaigns in schools, religious centers, markets, and communities to educate young people on the tactics commonly used by traffickers.
These are children, need to be informed, because when the traffickers comes, they come with subtle way, because they know the economic situation of the country is somehow now. And so they will come with, you have get you a good job somewhere. And then with that, the victim will just fall flat for such.
On support for victims, Mrs. Odigbo called for the establishment of a centralized government support system for returnees. She urged government at all levels to create sustainable empowerment opportunity for youths to reduce desperations and discourage irregular migrations.
Because most of the time when they are back, they are dejected, they are pained, they are sorrowed, they are withdrawn, they need psychosocial support, they need therapy, just name it. So there will be a central point, a desk point, where such victims or returnees will find themselves to be helped.
Mrs. Odigbo also advocated increased sensitizations through media campaigns, public enlightenment programs, and warning jingles to educate citizens on the dangers of human trafficking. Experts say tackling human trafficking requires collective actions involving government agencies, media organizations, civil society groups, religious institutions, traditional rulers, and members of the public. As awareness efforts continue, stakeholders maintain that youth empowerment, community education, and adequate support for victims remain critical steps toward ending human trafficking in Nigeria. Folashade Akintola.
Thank you for joining Security Lens on BCOS television. I am Mary Adedapo. If you see something, say something, and the government will do something. Be security conscious. Bye for now.
wọ́ọ̀kù lọ́rọ̀ọ̀rùn pẹ̀sẹ̀ láti kéde nílé akéde tọ̀yọ́ ni ó nílò kó ṣẹ̀ mọ́ dára rẹ̀ láàmú sọpọ̀ òun wọkọ̀ bọ̀ wá sílé akéde lóríta Basọ̀rún nílùú Ìbàdàn mọ́ pàápàá jùlọ láti ṣe ìkéde yẹn polówó ọjà yẹn tàbí fi ń tọ́tọ́ tó sì yẹ tó àwọn aráàlú létí bóyá nípa àpàdé